Hi, thank you so much for joining me today, Sims 4 video. I hope everybody's doing well. I redecorated the Affluista Manor, is that what it's called? The Landgraab house. I've done this before, oh my gosh. This house, I just don't know what it is about this house. I can't get it right, and I don't have the heart to just bulldoze it and build something different. It's like a landmark in Oasis Springs, isn't it? But it's weird. The Sims team did all sorts of fancy tricks on this one, and I don't know what they did. So to try and undo it and then redo it, I have no idea what they did. It's a mess. So I did have to undo a few things, but I left the basic structure as is. I just wanted to see if I could update it, bring it into the 21st century. As much as you can do that using Sims 4 items. Even from their latest packs, I swear, I know I've said this before, but I still think that that team is so out of touch with the reality it isn't funny. I'm still waiting to see people wearing jeans with holes in them. That was an 80s, 90s fad, wasn't it? Late 80s, mid 90s? And I've never seen it since. And they keep bringing them back. And those pants that go halfway up your calf, cuffed jeans, things like that. They're so out of date. I don't understand it. And I know that men's fashion has never been anything to write home about, but they always get the short end of the stick when it comes to giving them more hairstyles and more clothing. So trying to update this odd shape, odd designed house, I don't know why it's such a struggle for me, but it is. And I know there are a lot of people out there. I've seen them in the gallery and on videos. They do such a magnificent job, but a majority of them use CC. And I'm not going to say that's cheating. And I do believe strongly that CC creators deserve a lot more attention and respect than they seem to get. But there is a camp, isn't there? There's this very thick line drawn straight down the center. You either use it or you don't. I don't get that. I don't get anything that is dictatorship. I don't like dictatorships. I especially don't like anybody telling me what I can and can't do, how I can and can't think. Shut up. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? There's only one person, and not even a person, who can say that. And you're not God. You shouldn't say this. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't think that way. Really? Who told you that? Your college professor who doesn't know anything except socialism and communism? I'm going off on a tangent. Shut up. Sorry. Okay. I will apologize for not uploading yesterday, but I think I explained that in my previous video. I had a very harrowing weekend, and I just couldn't function, so I couldn't make any videos because I couldn't play any games. Oy. So I was a day off, and I apologize for that. However, I do also have to explain, I do play other games. My favorite is The Sims 4. I tried to do 2 Let's Plays so far, and they bomb. No one is watching them. No one is interested. And these build videos get a little bit more attention, but not enough to make them worth this type of a grind, where it takes a full day just to get the video edited and put together. And then the next morning I run in here and I do the audio. And then it takes a couple more hours to get it all uploaded, and oh my gosh, it's a lot of work. And I'm asking myself at this point, is it worth it? And there's not much else I can do because I don't know that the other games that I play are any more interesting to people. So I ask myself, it's probably just me, right? Nobody's interested in me or my videos, so what do I do from here? And since I can't do anything else, I might as well just keep going with what I know and what I enjoy, and hope that somewhere along the line, people maybe do generate a bit more interest. But I have to say, my subscriber count keeps going up. And I find that a little interesting. I'm extremely grateful to you all, and I do appreciate that. But the subscriber count isn't equating to the viewership. Isn't that weird? I don't know how to explain it. Let's just say I have more subscribers than viewers. And thank you all for subscribing. I like that. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're showing interest. So I think I'm just going to keep going forward here. This part here is what I was talking about earlier. I couldn't get the trim to come off those round edges. It was making me angry because you can't color it either. It just stays that ugly white, so I got rid of those weird rounded overhead balcony thing. That's the only aspect of this house that I changed. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. I'm thinking they use the half round flooring. I don't remember, but it was too late before I realized that. I also feel like I way overdid the landscaping in the front, but it's the front of that house that I cared the least for. It's just so barren. It looks like a wasteland, and that house was just airshipped in and plunked down, and I don't know why. They didn't even give him a pool. Landgraabs, historically, are supposed to be the wealthiest family in all the worlds. And they don't even warrant a pool. I mentioned I've done this before. I tried to update their interior. I tried to give them a little bit more panache, opulence, to go with the Landgraab name. The Landgraab. What is that? Oh boy, the word was there. It was there a second ago, believe me. It's gone now. Reputation. Wow. And the coloring too. I wanted to break up the lines, the length. So I gave it the 2. I don't know that it's a brick as much as it is an exterior, like fake wood looking. I can't remember what it was called. The house, when I started, I believe it was like 221, 224 or something. And I went up to 269. So I didn't add that much to it. But yeah, this is the after overkill, I know. But you know what? In a madcap sort of way, I liked it. I liked the chaos. I don't know. I'm sure nobody else does. But I'm like, oh, you know what? It's better than it looked. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I like the distance. For some reason, this world, they really went all out on this world. Look how beautiful that is. And then they just said to heck with everything else as they moved forward. Why? I don't know. Now, as far as the inside goes, I don't know that I can't stand it. But I know I don't love what I did. I'm not unhappy and I'm not happy. But when you're working with what you've got, It's extremely difficult. Why is this house? This is the one house that I just cannot master, and I don't understand it. What is it about this house that I'm not getting something. It's obvious. I'm missing something. So I stuck with the way they had everything originally. I kept every room the way it was supposed to be. I just changed things up, trying as best I could to give them some opulence and some update. I don't know. And then the flagstone there. That's the one flagstone out of all of them that I really don't like because it is so yellowy orange. But in this world, I think it fits. Maybe I was in a very odd mood. I don't know. But it took me 2 days to do this. And a majority of it, I went with Nancy. Again, this is another thing I do not understand. They make it sound like Nancy's family accrued all this wealth. So Jeffrey is not a Landgraab. Jeffrey adopted her surname when he married her. Because if the Landgraab is the name, then his family is the wealthy one, and she married into it by traditional standards. But from what I hear and what I understand, that's not the case. She comes from the wealth. So Jeffrey forwent his surname and adopted hers, which is weird. To me, it's weird. I'm sorry. But I will never be a liberal, and I will never be a Dem, and I will never be a feminist. I don't understand that thinking and that lifestyle. I think it's degrading and it's demoralizing, but that's just me. So things that are commonplace now, and I understand they're commonplace. I'm not arguing with anybody. I just never bought into it. So this is supposed to be Malcolm's room, and I don't like him. Do you know, when I was finished with this and I was doing the tour, I chose him because he was the only one home. And he's at the bottom left screen, right? His little head there. He was complaining that the house wasn't opulent enough. He didn't have enough exquisite things because of his snooty trait. And I'm like, you know what, Malcolm, screw you. I'm glad I was thinking of your mother while I did this. I look at Nancy Landgraab as a stuck-up, old school. Stuck-up old school. She's sticking to her old ways. So I made her a little girly. She walks around, she's in the criminal career, and she sticks her nose in the air. But deep down inside, she's a little girly girl. There has to be some kind of neglect going on when you're in a family that only cares about money and getting ahead and stealing from everybody else to accrue your own wealth. Kind of like a Kardashian. There has to have been some form of neglect there emotionally for them to behave the way they do. And that's how I see Nancy Landgraab. She's crying out for attention. So she doesn't care about Jeffrey. She never did. And she hardly cares about her son, who is desperate to get her attention, so he's going her way. Because Dad's a detective. And she's a criminal. And Malcolm wants to be like his mom. So he's neglected too. He's crying out for some attention as well. But that was the house. I liked the kitchen, I'll tell you that much. I thought the kitchen was kind of cool. And this dining room here, I don't know. Maybe she had a little phase. They flew to Japan on a vacation and she came back with some ideas. This part here is where things just fall apart for me. You got this beautiful space here. What are you going to do with it? And then, again, you go through the inventory and chaos, and you're like, is chaos the right word? Build mode. There's nothing to choose. There's nothing to put out there that would make sense or look good. And it's frustrating. I desperately want to use CC. I really do. I'm just a little intimidated by it. A lot of the YouTubers I watch tend to use the same few CC creators over and over and over again. And I don't want to be that person because I don't like bandwagons. I'd rather be myself and do my own thing. So, I don't know. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching this, supporting my channel. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. Like the video if you did. Take care now. Bye-bye.